Hello, hello. Welcome to WMMA Jam Live. I'm your host, Vanessa, along with my co-host, Sabrina. Say hello.
Hello.
Oh man, there has been a lot actually. That's yes and no.
Yep.
A lot's happened. We're talking about the White House card that's been announced. We went to the press conference for the Carano and Rousey fight. Stuff's been added there. There's all kinds of stuff going on right now, but let's first off start with UFC 326.
hmm
Um you watched Holloway versus Oliveira.
I did watch Holloway versus Oliver.
Uh yeah,
hmm
just pure
I'm
Oliveira
pure all over.
on the
Yeah.
floor.
Uh-huh.
Pure like so like whatever he got him, but like even when they got up, like Holloway couldn't even make anything happen, and still Oliveira looked better standing. Like he was looking good throwing, and then all of a sudden on the floor, which I was surprised because I was like, if he could just get up, he would get him, but he couldn't, didn't, and then it was mostly spent, you
Well,
know.
yeah, Oliveira looked bigger than him. He looked like just. I mean, he is bigger than him, but he just more thicker, more fuller. I mean, and yeah, he was stronger for sure than Max Holloway was, and standing up on the ground. Um, I for what it was because it was a BMF, he should have finished him.
Mm.
Um, Not to say that Max is easy to finish because he I mean, there was times where you thought he was gonna be finished and he wasn't. So there's that, but I don't know, obviously a lot of people were let down because it wasn't, like, what they were expecting. Because Max is usually like, "Let's fucking fight," and Charles was kind of, like, not fighting in that sense of, like, to the to win.
A BMF.
Yeah. To finish, I mean,
BMF.
I feel like he wasn't fighting to finish, and that's fine, I guess,
Yeah.
but and then he cried.
Well, yeah,
Like, the belt's
because it
not
was
that
constant
important.
too.
Mhm.
Like, the positions he was in and constantly trying to make something happen was a constant.
Mhm.
So for Max, there's that, fighting that off the entire time, but, like, that's literally what he had to do the entire time, and it is for the BMF. So I would have loved to have seen, especially because he looked so good standing the couple times that they were up, few
Yeah.
second 2. Um, Oliveira still looked great standing up. So I was like, you can do this both ways. Like if you feel like you're in a position where you need to take him there because you can't handle it standing, maybe okay. But like this is the BMF. I want to see a fight. And the whole time it was them hugging. I mean, there was points where Holloway winked and was like, because he was getting hugged, you
Yeah.
know? It's like,
Yeah, it just wasn't. But if we're being honest, I don't look at Charles Oliveira as a bad motherfucker. I think he's a great fighter. I think he's a winner, but I
yes.
don't think he's like a Nate Diaz or a Jorge Masvidal or even a Max Holloway, who will just stand there and bang. Like, I kind of didn't expect Charles to stand there and bang. I think I just expected him to finish because of how easy it was for him to take Max down and just like be all over him like that.
Yeah, every single time and keep him there.
Yeah, but I can see why people aren't that excited what with the results of it. Not with the result of like who
Mhm.
won, but just like how it played out.
Yeah, because like I'm sure because it's all on that BMF title, literally that it's supposed to be. So, but I do get what you're saying. He isn't. It's a different breed of fighters that BMF, group, and it's more of those like little shit fucks ready to fight. Like let's go, let's throw down right here, right now. And he is very skilled, could definitely get it done, but he's not that.
Yeah.
He's not that like, "Rah, rah, rah," and that's what we expect when we're watching BMF fight.
Yeah, he's not like a huge risk taker.
Yes.
Yeah. So, which I mean,
For example, I mean,
I mean,
what else was
you
there
want
on that one?
I mean, BMFs is like who just got added to the MVP card. Mike Perry, who will fight anybody, any place, anywhere, and Nate Diaz, who will fight anybody, any place, anywhere.
Yes. That part. How are you feeling about this? So, I mean, we went to the Carano Rousey press conference, and
Did
before that happened, Ngannou was added to the card and was at the press conference, and then here we are, not even a week later, all of a sudden they get Diaz versus uh
Mike Perry?
Mike Perry. Like, and especially in comparison. We were talking about the White House card, it was finally released, and people were like, "What is that? What is that?" And then and the funny thing is Ronda's been all she's been talking about is the challenge between MVP and UFC and, like, how they ain't doing shit and the card sucks and, like, and how they're doing it different over there. And then you see this coming, and it's looking good. But it's MVP and what is his name?
Jake Paul?
Paul,
Mhm.
yeah. And these are just for show. These are money fights just for show. I've had to come to that realization, so I stopped getting so mad about the fact that people are coming back and fighting, like, for nothing, you know? Like, all right, they wanna make some money, that's how they're doing it, but if Ronda's over there trying to, like, compete, talking about she's the new Dana,
Mhm.
that's all she kept saying. All she kept talking about.
Well, in all fairness, that's all they kept asking her about too. Like, I, I'd be upset if I'm doing this whole new thing and all everyone just wants to ask me questions about Dana White still. Like,
That's true.
even like if I was Jake Paul, I'd be like, "What's up with these Dana White questions? Like, he ain't here. Who cares about him? Like, whatever." But I mean,
But it has nothing to do with this.
yeah, he
Yeah.
has nothing to do with it. I'm surprised at Nate coming over. I thought he was still with the UFC. And this is why I'm surprised. But I mean, the UFC
Okay.
up real bad. They're losing everybody. They just Tom Aspinall just went to boxing. The losing Nate is he's a moneymaker even if he doesn't like win championship. He does move the needle. And
Absolutely.
they I don't know if they fumbled Ngannou or Ngannou fumbled them, but still Ngannou um and then what is exciting over there at the UFC? And like I get that part, but I think they were asking dumb questions. I think they asked a lot of dumb questions at that presser.
They always do. They always do, and then look what they produced and put out there. Like,
Yeah,
how
did you see what they produced?
boring.
First of all, we're not in anything.
How?
How? When we were
You
the
know
only people
why?
there.
Okay, let me tell you what grinds my gears most about this is how we're sitting here talking about the stupid questions that were being asked by the people you approved into your media section. We didn't get in.
Yeah,
We did get in,
we did get it.
but we didn't get in.
Yeah,
You didn't let us
you
in.
didn't let, but they let us in because there was nobody else to let in. The reason we're not
Nobody,
in any
no,
videos is because they never show the crowd. If I was Dana White, I'd be like, "Show me the crowd," because there was 12 of us there. 12 of us there.
exactly. Exactly. That is so funny. I didn't even think about that, but the fact that she's like going so much on how they're going to have bigger numbers and it's going to be a bigger fight, like we weren't sure if we should go because we didn't get the passes and we went and literally nobody was there.
Yeah.
They let everybody who was there inside to the media area because I think they were trying to fill up those seats to
Yeah.
make it look like there were people there
Yeah.
because that was the view, you know? Um, but of course somebody fucked it up.
Somebody had to ask him for a stupid
Fucked
autograph.
it up. I was I was right in the middle, like 3 seats back. I was right behind
We would have been
Jake
in
Paul.
we would have been everything. But
Haters, that's what it is. See how they're trying to hold us
but the
down?
thing is,
They're always told those bitches no.
we're over here shitting on the UFC card, but if the UFC card was on Netflix, how many people would I mean, they'd probably get to watch just as much as this fight is. It's just not on Netflix. My even though no one
Yeah.
no person is gonna be no, like, regular fans are gonna be at that White House card, it's not gonna I still think more people would watch just 'cause what it is, and I don't like the White House card, I think it sucks, I think he, obviously didn't come through with what he promised, but, did we really expect 6 freaking co belt fights, you know what I mean? Like, no, come on,
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's true either because I know Valentine had shared something with me about like these fights not being sanctioned and not counting towards their record.
hmm, well, that
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to look more into it because it was more like today that I was shown this.
well, that
Um,
wouldn't make any sense because
so I don't know.
there are, like, 2 championship fights,
Exactly.
like, Topuria
Exactly.
is and Gaethje is a championship fight, so they would have to, like and then you can just but
I
then
don't know.
if
Like I
I
said,
listen, if this fights didn't count on anyone's records and it wasn't real, then the fight card should have been way better because you could have put whoever you wanted to against each other without it meaning anything. You could have put in Nate Diaz against Nick Diaz for fun. Like, I'm just saying, you could have if it didn't matter, you could have done what
yeah,
you want and you still didn't you came up short then.
you could have done those stupid money fights
I
just
mean, you got
because you
Sean
could.
O'Malley, and I like Sean O'Malley, but he's coming off a loss. And then he's fighting a guy that a lot of people don't really know who he is, and a foreigner, right? I thought this wasn't gonna be and then who Tapor is a foreigner,
Yeah,
like
Ayman Zahavi.
yeah. Oh, I went to the other one. Um, but and
I
that's
mean,
fine. I
even if you recognize a couple names, you don't know every who they're fighting.
yeah, yeah, you know? Yeah, it's true.
I don't know. It's just weird. And then there's that whole thing, right, where they're like giving away the tickets.
For what?
I don't know if that one's legit. Have you heard
UFC?
that? Yeah,
Well, I heard there's no fan
for
like,
the
it's
White House.
no fans are allowed, it's the White House.
That's what I'm trying to figure because that's what I assumed. Yeah, no fans. And they said it's going to be all free tickets. Let me see. White House.
There's, like, no taxpayer money, no public
It's even
tickets will
it's
be
even
made
on
available.
ESPN. Dana White, UFC to issue 85,000 free tickets for White House card. Um, for an outdoor viewing,
It says
there's a park right
there
there.
not only does the UFC
Says there's a park right there. We're gonna be ticketing 85,000 people in the Ellipse, and the tickets are free. We'll announce how we're gonna be giving them away soon, but you should plan on going to Washington, D.C. for this event.
it says not only are they have to pay the full cost of the event, they have to pay 700,000 to restore the south lawn after use, and no public tickets will be made available. And I think if you're watching from afar. They're not gonna let
No, yeah, yeah. So, it did say there's a park right there, and that's where they're gonna
the okay,
put those 85,000 people.
just go watch it on the TV.
That's what
Go watch it at home with your friends. Don't go to the
I'm
fun part.
saying. That's what I'm saying. First of all, sounds like a setup. I ain't trying to go anywhere near there. I will watch from afar. I will actually not watch that fight, that
I
card. I don't.
I will not watch this fight either.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that card. I don't wanna give it that viewership. I don't wanna give it any of that. I don't care about anybody on that card. So, like, I don't watch all the fights. There's way too much shit going on, too many fights. I don't watch all the fights. Why am I gonna waste it on that? That was shit. They should've came with a lot better if they actually wanted some eyes on this, because that
I mean,
I don't know who that brings in.
Joe Rogan was saying it's pretty inappropriate to be having a fight on the lawn when we're in war.
On the lawn of the White House.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron, you
I
know where they're
don't
gonna be on what is this date?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going nowhere near that. You ain't tricking me, motherfucker. You think you're slick, but
And
you
there's also
ain't.
gonna be 85 extra thousand people in the park next to it too, just so you know.
All hymns peoples and then some extra. Nice try, sucker.
Mm-mm. I mean,
But people will go.
people will go. I think people will also
People will
go.
go, people will watch.
I think people are gonna go that don't even give a shit about the UFC. They're just doing it
Exactly.
because of Trump or whatever, and
It's
what
all this, like, political bullshit, which, people are saying that that's too, like, the UFC's just kinda falling apart. There's just, like, too much. And then I think even with this, like, this deal they made, was it Paramount? Like, their fights, like, this fight card for this weekend, there's, like, 20 fights or something,
what about how
like, split
we're during the
but there's
BMF, it went away. It went off.
BMF, it went off.
All the other
Thank you very much.
so it's like you watch
But yeah,
it,
no,
like,
it
that's
has
why
they're putting so many fights on a card, but you're like, who is anybody? It's really weird how all of a sudden they're just like we've talked all this time, like, about this huge roster they have, and now they're just dumping them. Like, there's no introductions, you're just like, "Who the fuck are all these people?" And everybody else, they're losing. Everybody that matters, everybody that people wanna see that we only saw all this time are like, "Fuck this." I'm finding other
like,
things to do
they're
or
losing
finding other
everybody
ways to
their
make
stars,
money.
right? Okay, who's their biggest heavyweight star who hasn't and he's still their biggest heavyweight star, he hasn't fought in forever, John Jones, asked to be released, right? Um, Nick
Wasn't he
Diaz,
crying about the White House card?
he wanted to be on it, but I
Yeah,
don't
so he was very upset.
but I think I heard something too, but people, like, they're not letting people with felonies, like, no bullshit, like, on the card. 'Cause you're going to the White House. You can't go into the White House if you have a felony. John Jones
Well,
has felonies. Sorry,
all of a sudden, we
unless the
got
president.
some rules.
Yeah,
So, I was gonna say, if you're attending, you just can't if
yeah.
the
No,
fighters
you can totally
are the
run the
ones who
world.
can't have a
You totally
problem?
run the can't fight.
Why do you think they fight?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Uh,
You thought they were gonna be the innocent ones? Like, come on now.
but and then you have Connor who they
You're
didn't
paying them to fight for their life.
okay, and then you have Connor who wanted on the White House card. They didn't put him on the White House card. Um, and
Uh-huh.
if you're saying it's not gonna be sanctioned, then who would have cared? Like, let him go in there all coked up and everything. Who gives a shit, right? Does you just want
That's
eyes
what
on
this
on it anyways? And then Nate, that's not gonna go good with Dana going over to MVP. So you don't see Nate coming back to the UFC. Masvidal
Yeah.
doesn't fight. That he has his own thing.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, he does. What did he
Islam.
just do?
I mean, again, not that for me, there's nothing wrong with it, but all the champions are like foreigners. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's the world. It's the best in the world. I get it. I love that. But like, I feel like they promote so much. Like, this is an American thing. This is an American thing, and it's like, okay, but like half the card is foreigners because you don't have great American fighters right now.
Which I'm sure made it hard for them building their American card.
Because who's their biggest American? Like Sean O'Malley, but he keeps losing. Unfortunately for him, he keeps losing.
Yeah.
Max Holloway has been losing.
And and these people, they got, like, really big really quick and, like, really flashy, and then you're just like,
And
"Oh, okay, well,
honestly, there's probably a lot of people
it's
who
not
think
cute
Max Holloway's a
anymore."
foreigner. But I mean,
That's actually
what
funny.
stars do they have? Women, right? Ye Mackenzie Dern acts like a foreigner, but she isn't. Uh, oh, okay. Am I driving?
Huh?
Um, um,
Yeah, Mackenzie Dern.
Shevchenko. Shevchenko.
Mackenzie Dern acts like a foreigner, that's such a
We could talk about Shevchenko and Ronda. We could talk about
because
Ronda
here at
Rousey.
WMMA Jam Live, we do not gives a fuck.
No, we'll talk about all of it.
We calls it how we sees
She
it.
does it. It's not my fault. I'm not the one who forces her to act like Baldwin's wife. Like, what are you talking about? She's from here. She's from like Arizona. I don't know. She's from here. And she's like, how you say cucumber?
Ooh. Ah.
Whatever.
I
But
can't
those are
with
your
that.
stars, right? But those are your stars is all I'm saying. And for me, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with foreign stars, but if for some reason lately it seems like it's an issue and but then there's no one to beat them, so what are we gonna do? Even the women, even the American women. Where are the American women? You know, the biggest stars have been Alexa Grasso and, like I said, Shevchenko and Amanda Nunes. I mean, you got yeah. Well, no, I can't even think of her name right now. So there's that. But we could talk about Shevchenko. What Ronda said about Shevchenko. Did you see Shevchenko's
Okay, yeah.
response?
Rhonda
Okay,
okay.
Ronda was talking a little too much. Let's just talk about that
That's
fight.
what I'm saying, because I think people ask stupid questions, but they ask that at the end.
Mhm.
The stupid people didn't get to go up in line until the end. So she would get asked a small question and, like, go to town, and I would there was a point where we started talking, we're like, "Oh, shit, she's still going."
Yeah.
Like, she would go to town and was going off, like, all those things that she brought up for the most part, I feel like, Shevchenko, um
Dana.
Cyborg, Dana, all that stuff was, like, it on her own rants. That wasn't, like it wasn't until after that they used that actually to come back and be like, "Oh, Dana, Dana, Dana," or, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't.
But yeah, what she
I
said
think it's crazy to be like Shevchenko does OnlyFans, and then Gina Carano's doing videos in her heels. You know, like doing fight videos in her heels. And I love Gina Carano. She's my favorite. She's the reason I love women's fighting, and everything. But she was really playing the shy girl at the conference. And Ronda had to sell. Literally, Ronda's the only one selling these fights. She's selling the Ngannou fight. Nobody knows who Lin is, right? That's his name. And she's the
Uh-huh.
only one talking, and even I mean, now you'll get the Mike Perry, Nate Diaz, and they needed that. They needed someone to help her sell these fights because she's the only one trying right now, man. And that's
Yeah,
not to
that's
shit on
true,
Gina
that's
Carano.
true.
That's just saying she's playing the I don't know.
Oh, yeah, she's like, "I'm just here, I'm just along for the ride."
Yeah.
Just doing this together, which is what makes it even harder for me to, like, believe that they're gonna throw down, and it's gonna be the best fight we've ever
Bro,
seen, and they're gonna beat each other's ass like they say.
I saw
I
her
I don't buy it.
I saw a video that they put out and said, "Look at her hand speed," and she was basically just like, well, doing one punch at a time. And I'm like, "What are we doing here? What are we
I was waiting, I was like,
what are we
"Maybe it's
doing
coming."
here?" Like, I haven't hit pads in 8 years. I can hit pads better than that. And I don't know if I'm sure she can hit pads better than me. I'm not saying that, but why did you put out the shitty version of it? Why aren't you really putting out your skills? And it may be people like, "Oh, well, maybe she doesn't want to show Ronda what she has." Ronda doesn't give a fuck about what you have. I'll say that about Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey is going in there to fight her fight and her fight only. And whether she gets knocked out doing that fight or whatever, it doesn't matter. But
That's
Ronda
true.
goes and fights her fight. Gina Carano is not showing me anything to like. Ronda has nerve damage and concussions and shit, and I haven't and like I don't know. I don't see anything where I see Ronda just going in there and then Gina like being all shy about the fight. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
Yeah. Hmm. Like, even how she's going to approach her once the bell rings?
Yeah, they're over there getting each other's autographs and shit. And I mean,
That's right, it's super, super friendly, and that's fine, but I also feel like
no, you know why it's not fine?
there's, like, a mindset before a fight, and then, like, because you have good sportsmanship after, then you're like, "Hey, man, great fight, now we can be friends, let me get your autograph," like, you know?
Let me also tell you why it's not. How many years could they have met up? Could they have gotten each other's autographs? Could they have hung out? And in the 10 years that none of them have fought MMA and the 17 that Gina hasn't, they could have never met up. They could have never done this, not in front of the cameras.
Even though this was supposed to happen before.
Because this is all I'm saying is like, but that's what you're putting out though. Those are the videos you're putting out. Can I have your autograph? Like, no, I don't want to see that. I
Yeah.
want to see, I don't care. Put a printout of Gina Carano's face on a bag, and I want to see you hitting the bag. Like, I don't give,
Yeah.
but something that shows me just a little bit of heated rivalry. Like they're sitting over there saying that they're the best women and fighters there is right now. That they're gonna bring the game back because they're the best right now. but nothing they're showing me makes me think they could even compete with someone even in a lighter weight class like Shevchenko. I think Shevchenko pieces them up. Ronda looks good, don't get me wrong,
Oh, heck
but
yeah.
but what they're showing us is not selling this fight for me. Is not everything you've wanted this fight to be, all the build up and everything is not what it is. It's not what it coming out. It's all friendship and love and hugs and kisses and I'm sure that's what other people want to see, but that's not what I want to see, right?
In all honesty, it's kind of hard to even like, people probably definitely look at it different than us because we were actually there and saw the way that they spoke and the things they talked about and where they took everything when they were asked stuff. And everyone else really just watches all what's put out there. Oh, she's talking shit about the UFC and oh, they're gonna kick each other's ass and oh, and it's like, well, no, it wasn't really that hard. It wasn't really that, like
Did
scary or
did they really ever say they were gonna kick each other's asses?
There was a part where I believe Gina Carano had said that they were gonna get in there and they were gonna beat the shit out of each other, or beat each other's ass, something like that.
Mm,
And I might have even giggled, like, hearing it. It just because, like I said, they just talk so much about things that didn't matter. Like, they were literally like, I don't know if it sounds mean,
mhm,
but I'm here for the fight game. Like, if you don't want me to care about the type of person you are, don't sit here and just keep talking about you and your life and what you do. I'm here to see the fight,
mhm,
And it was a lot of like talking about what they've been up to and what they already plan to do after the fight, which is not continue to fight,
mhm.
but to have babies. And Gina's
But also
married
not
and
but
huh?
also not commit to retirement. They're like, "Well, I've never really said I was retired, and I don't know."
Oh my God. Okay, and Gina's the one that said that.
Mhm,
She's like, "Well, I guess I technically never said I retire." Girl, your last fight was what, 17 years ago? You didn't have to say it. Is like a statute of like once you hit a certain point, like it just happens,
yeah.
you know? You don't get to be like, "What do you mean? I've been here this whole time." No, you have not.
I just
And yes, the
mhm,
videos of her training, finally, we get to see some still very minimal, some things because the stuff that I was seeing of her in the gym was her in shoes and a dress taking pictures with fighters in the gym. And I'm like, shouldn't you be in class? Like, why are you just taking pictures with all these others? Like it didn't make sense. And then the ones you do see it, I feel like they're just more like mm, workshops, you know?
yeah.
She hasn't had a chance to get this type of training. Back 17 years ago, I mean, we've talked to girls even 10 years ago who were talking about how a lot of people didn't want to train them. A lot of men didn't want to help them. It was hard to get training in all of the different aspects of it. So I can imagine back 17 years ago, and she's barely getting in here. So I feel like she's getting all these little workshops on all the different types of fighting that exist now
Yeah.
today that she didn't have back then, and that's what we're seeing. A couple little boxing moves over here and a couple, so of course it looks good because she's fresh in that one class.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's that with like Carano and the way she's doing her thing with this fight coming up. And then Rondo was on ECW,
Okay.
I think last night in the ring calling out a fighter, making her wrestling debut there. The thing
Uh-huh.
said she was there to support Marina. Um,
Okay.
but she ends up in the ring calling out one of the fighters and shit goes down and they pull, like so she's doing that.
Mm. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, I guess for me, it just bothers me because it's like, just we're not dumb, at least not all of us. So just say what it is. You're here to make some money. You're here to win an easy fight. And then you're here to ride off in the sunset and do some more fun shit. Hey, I support it. Get a girl. I hope
Yes.
she both women, make so much money from this fight. I do. I really do. I hope they make all the money they've ever made in this fight. And I
Absolutely.
support the hustle of fighting each other to make this money. It is smart. What they're doing is smart. But
Yes.
then the conversations of like, but we're like, we're kind of like there's whoever wins is the best woman fighter in the world, and that's just not true. And
Yeah,
first of
exactly.
all, you're fighting at a different weight
Exactly.
class that you've never fought at before in MMA, 145, right? Which you were not willing to do for Cyborg. Okay, cool. Um, Gina, I still think Gina will might have a problem making 45, but we'll see. Ronda looks great. She looks amazing. She's in shape.
She
She's
does.
ready to go. Don't get me wrong. But after this fight, because nobody even brought up that question of like, who are you willing to fight after this to prove that you are still who
Yes.
you're saying you are today, right? The best women fighter. Cool, gotcha. Are you willing to a uh avenge your losses? Do you want to refight Holly Holm? Do you want to refight Amanda Nunes? And here, not it doesn't have to be in the UFC. Here, make her
Yeah.
money. Let's put it in put everything in Ronda's court. Home field event, everything. Everything is in Ronda's court. All she
Yeah.
has to pick is the next person. Is she gonna pick somebody like that? Is she gonna finally shut the fuck up about Cyborg and fight Cyborg? Because saying all that mean stuff about Cyborg is kind of shitty when you're not even willing to fight her. You never have, you never will be. So just keep her out of your fucking mouth, right? Why shit on her? Why? It's bully shit, and you don't need to be the bully anymore. You're 40, right? And then for me, I think the only thing she does in the smart move is to box somebody like Layla Ali, because that's all you got, you know? Because even someone like
I just can't. There's no way.
Layla Ali
There's
hasn't fought
no
in
way.
25 years.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I just feel there's no way, like, I mean, we've been talking just about the shadow boxing, and you want to put her up against a Layla
Mhm.
Ali? I mean, that's just muscle memory.
Yeah. Maybe listen,
You know?
I love like I said, I love Gina Carano. I love all the women, but my real first fighter who I loved is Layla Ali, and I've read her books, and I used to watch the whatever the pay per view when it was all scrambled. I used to watch those fights, and I love Layla Ali. So yeah, I think that Layla Ali didn't just like randomly get into boxing. She's kind of been a fighter her whole life, so I do think she will give her problems. But the only thing is Layla Ali is like in her 50s, I think. So it's like,
Mhm,
again,
mhm.
it's still this like, but so was Tyson, right? So was Evander
I was gonna say
Holyfield.
it's the worst.
So I don't know, but
And
but it's more of like a
I think the
name.
difference is, like, not only were those men old,
Mhm.
they looked old.
Yeah.
Like
No, Layla Ali looks good still.
yeah, Tyson looked great after getting all that training with the guys he did for that fight, but before, he looked like an old man,
Yeah, they got
and I was like, "How's he gonna do that?" And they, like, changed, but that's the difference.
yeah, a real fighter will get in shape
So,
and do the things that they have to do. That's why I see Ronda Rousey. She's in shape. She's a real fighter. Like not I get it, but I don't think
she looked really good,
she's
yeah.
doing real fighter activities. You know, this is
Yes,
all
yes,
fun. Let's
that's my
just say that this is all fun. It's all fun and that's great. But just like again, when we were there, just the whole like the way she was talking about how this is the fight, the best fight ever. And it's like maybe 10 years ago it could have possibly been. But no, and
yeah,
it kind of discredits herself because listen, man, some of the best fights ever were you versus Holly Holmes or you versus Amanda Nunes. Like, let's like this isn't that. Like Gina Carano's not elite
yeah,
anymore like that.
yeah.
I just wish we would
And
stop
I
acting
mean,
like it's
it was such a long time ago. Like so many people, like there have been whole like just all the women they brought into the UFC for the first time. And that like they all fought for a long time and through Invicta and came through like way, way after Carano had had her last fight. So to try and pass all these people after all these years and be like, "She's the one to beat." Don't play with me.
yeah.
don't play with me.
Mm-mm.
Come on now. That's what I don't like. Like, if you're just making money, okay, but now you're doing too much. Acting like you are, this means you're the best in the world because this is who you're, for both of, come on now.
Yeah, because
Because even for, I mean, well, yeah, Carano, maybe the best that she's, well, no, not the best she's had to face, but, like, it's just, it still doesn't add up to the same thing that they think it does.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. And then Gina Carano has also beat a lot of great people. Julie Kedzie, Tanya Evinger. Oh man, I used to know her thing on the top of my dome. And I mean that's a long time
Oh,
ago. And her Kelly Coble,
perfect.
Caitlin Young, she's beat some of the women that were great at that time too. And but if we're being realistic, I don't see her beating any women of this time. Ronda maybe,
No.
but not Gina Carano.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see Rhonda if she was, like, taking it
Mhm.
seriously, but I don't see that from
And I
her,
so badly
you
want
know?
Carano to win this fight, but I don't know if it happens. I think it only happened
I
in a
know.
mistake on Ronda Rousey's part. Or she lands a nice
Okay.
shot and run she just Ronda doesn't like shots to the
She
face.
doesn't do well. Well, that's what I'm saying. How are you gonna put that girl in boxing? She can't throw them. She can't take them.
But then also, okay, good point, right? So then what if I was Ronda Rousey? What and I had such an impact on things and um I would my next fight would be a judo fight and I would be promoting judo. And
I mean, that's her shit, right?
she came in third, right? Or right in the Olympics, I think.
I believe so.
Um let's fight those girls that were in front of you. But just to promote something and judo, I'm not saying that judo is hard, but I bet you it's not as taxing and rough on your body as training for a full MMA fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think she could do more good with these types of fights, but like just doing them like judo, promote judo, unless she hates judo, but I don't think she does because that's what got her here. Like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I just don't see anything after this, and that's why I'm saying like her being like this is the best, and then them not, then being like, well, we don't know what we're gonna do next. Like let's not hold up the division for not at the division, but you know what I mean. Let's not hold up expectations for 15 more years. Like let's just be honest. Toronto's 45 or something like that, and we're at some point, yeah, we watch these old dudes fight, but are we really gonna watch old ladies fight in the ring?
Yeah, watch these old dude fight. I mean, we're talking, and there's still, okay, still a huge difference when we talk about Diaz coming to fight because at least he fought a few years ago.
Well, yeah, he's
You're still like tripling it in 5 times in his like so let's be real here.
yeah,
Um and he's gonna put on a fight. Like he's not just saying it to get your hopes up or to sell tickets. Like that's exactly what he's there for.
and,
So 100% they needed him to help her
and they found a great
because her talking ain't helping. She's focused on other
they found a
shit.
great partner in Mike Perry, who is going to also sell that fight.
He's definitely a different kind of, yeah, I love matchups like that. Well, hopefully, matchups like this where you, I like to believe like they're both going to get in there and like throw down the whole time.
Yeah.
There's not going to be no like,
Well, yeah.
good luck. Good
Well,
luck.
first of all, Nate Diaz ain't scared of nobody, and then Mike Perry ain't scared of nobody. He's been doing bare knuckle
Yeah,
boxing. So this boxing, or they're doing MMA, but MMA is not. He's been doing bare knuckle. This is not going to matter to him. Like,
exactly.
and I, 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 I was iffy about going to the fight, and now that Nate is in it, I'm like, oh, it might actually sell. So I don't know now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but also I don't want to
Yeah,
give Jake Paul any.
it'd be cool to see, got to see Rhonda, but it'd be cool to see Gina Carano. Just to say you've done it. You know how we were talking about going to see Kanye. You're like, what if this is the last time you're gonna see it?
This will
And
be the
at
last
least
time.
you were a fan in the
Mhm.
beginning, huh?
But this will be the last time we see Gina Carano.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like you were a fan from the beginning, so it's cool that you get this opportunity to get in there and see. So that'll be cool, but especially Diaz too.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
And if it's anything like the press conference, we should be like front row. Front row, and we'll get in anyways.
Honestly, I thought like, okay, we go to this thing, it's fine. We'll probably end up getting close to. Number what I'll be honest, I still do want to buy front row seats and take Cyborg with us, but you know, um,
Yeah, yeah,
now
yeah.
that Nate's on the card, I don't see that. I don't see that happening. People are gonna buy those seats for Nate Diaz. Yeah,
Yes,
they
absolutely,
might have had a shot
absolutely.
with him not being.
If you've got him before,
Mhm.
but now it's actually getting stacked.
Yeah, it is. Yo, as much as we don't like Jake Paul, and as much as I don't want to give him my money, shout out to Jake Paul for being able to get these people to sign up for this shit. Like, how long have people
Right?
been trying to do it? Not even just Dana White. Other people have been trying to. I'm sure have been trying to get this done. You know, and he's got three of UFC's biggest stars fighting,
On the same card.
and let Lynn
I mean, I don't even
get hurt and see if he doesn't try to add John Jones to fight Ngannou.
and let's see, when is
Imagine if Lynn gets hurt and his replacement is John Jones.
oh my
Then we're talking about
it would
let
it
Connor
would be
get
interesting to
mad.
see
No,
what
just
new
kidding.
stuff they're trying to put on here.
And bring Connor over.
That's
No, just kidding.
amazing. Uh-huh.
I don't. Connor wouldn't not headline it though. That's the only problem. That's why you couldn't do that.
Let's
But
I was just trying to see when the cards are. Yeah. It's looking interesting. It's definitely something I wanna go to.
yeah, I might have to get some like seats like on the top, but like in the front row.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Not on the top. I'm just saying like I only like front row seats. So like something that's front row. Whether it's up high or in the middle, but just front row. I'm not trying to be in the back. I'll watch it at home.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
but it's something that I might have to sell one pair of Kanye tickets to that I have to get
Hey, that works though.
trade for a trade.
Right?
Oh, trade for a trade. Maybe I'll just trade somebody. You got front row tickets to this. I got
Interesting.
front row tickets to that.
Interesting.
Mm. But yeah, it is more exciting now. It really is more exciting that Nate Diaz and Mike Perry. Like I said, I'm glad he's gonna fight somebody that's gonna give it to him too. Like I didn't want to see some bullshit fight. And I
Yeah,
don't know anything about Lynn. Like that's in Lynn's the guy that Ngannou's fighting, right?
yeah,
They said he was like
yeah.
in the UFC, right? Didn't they say that when we were there? Like
There was just a lot going on that I
there
didn't
was,
care.
but there wasn't. There was, but there wasn't.
I I was just trying to find another way in.
Dude, I was just telling dude, oh, nobody was there. Nobody
Yeah,
was there.
I know people were like, "Oh my god, you're so lucky." I was like, "You should have went. It was free, open to the public, and nobody was there."
Nobody was there. But if Nate would have been introduced like how Ngannou was like the day before, I bet you more people would have been there because of Nate Diaz. I'm telling you, Nate Diaz is a needle mover, and this
There's
fight is gonna
still so
be
much time before it comes that there's gonna be more
it.
press
This is the only
conferences.
thing that bothers me, right? Because Ronda's ego is so like I'm making this the biggest fight in ever, and okay,
Uh-huh.
it might be now, but it's because you got the help of Nate Diaz. But she's not gonna see it that way.
Yes, but but it's not even just about being the best card. She's claiming that her fight is going to be the best fight you have ever seen by the best fighter in the world. That's the difference.
Yeah,
It's not really even giving credit to just the whole card. It's like, we are about to show you a fight you have never seen before in your life.
yeah, yeah,
And that's what I call bullshit.
yeah. Me too.
Especially when you start bringing these people in. I mean, I don't know if she forgot who she's standing next to because I know she was big.
Yeah.
I know the UFC made her very big and had her up there, and she's so used to that spotlight and it being all her, but, she's been gone for a while, and, like, these people have still proven themselves, so I don't know if her fight starts looking a little less, exciting to people. It's be interesting to see if they bring anybody else or what they start doing with this card.
Well, it's interesting to see if they bring anyone bigger, right? Like, 'cause, they're starting to add a couple big names, you know? Like,
Uh-huh.
I'm sure there's gonna be at least 3 more fights on that card, right? But, like, is it gonna be nobodies or is it gonna be, like
Exactly.
is he
Exactly. Are they gonna keep trying to?
to shit on Dana? You know what I mean? Because this is the card you're gonna do it. This
Yes.
is the first MMA card. This is the card you're gonna shit on Dana with. So, are you still trying to, like, get all the other are you gonna bring can we get a Josh
Exactly,
Koscheck?
keep one up in it.
Um, might as well let, dang, I can't remember that guy that he fought right now, but the guy who punched Josh Koscheck after the bell and then he got, um, banned from the UFC forever.
Mm.
Anyways, I'd rather let them fight again.
All daily?
Paul Daly. Paul Da bring let Nick fight. Let's bring back Nick Diaz is out of whatever he's out of. Let's get him on the card. Because you got the Diaz brothers who were cool with Ronda, and if you were old enough to remember, they were also cool with Gina Carano back in the day. So this is this is the homies on the card, and let's just get all the homies on the card. But let's get someone to beat Jake Shields' ass on that card. Let's get in a foreigner to beat Jake Shields' ass on that card. Let's
I like it.
cousin Kane. Let's get Kane on
The
the
bully beat
card.
down. Hey!
Cain Velasquez versus John Jones. Let's do it.
Let's
Let's do
do
it.
that.
If that happens, they're listening to this. Gonna put that out there.
That's it, right have have my friend Maggie right at 12:46. Oh, wait, that could be the wrong kid.
Oh yeah, yeah. It is
Forgot
12:46.
about that
Yeah.
time change.
Um, and I'm like trying to think of other crazy fights. You know what I mean? Like what were or some other ones? Or let's do John Jones versus Matt Hamill and see who really is the best fighter. Because technically, Matt Hamill's beat John Jones.
Alright, so with the fights we have, Ronda Rousey and Carano, you've said you don't know that that fight even happens. My thing, seeing her, like, at ECW and going into stuff like that, it's like, she has a fight coming up, so she'll be doing that unless something's gonna happen, which then she can't fight. And then you have Jake Paul calling out Ngannou, basically, at his own promotion's press conference. Lynn, we don't know. I mean, you said they were saying something, I didn't hear it. So maybe Lynn falls off, and now we got Paul joining the card, and then you got Diaz taking a. She'll see where this goes, and then Ronda gets to be like, "Look at this card I put together, and I don't have to fight because now I get to go over here and wrestle or something."
I mean, if she gets hurt doing some stupid shit, I will throw a fit. I will throw a fit.
Yeah.
Um, but this card is when is it? I don't even know when it is. Like April, March.
The MVP
Yeah.
out May.
Oh shit.
I think it's May 16th or something.
Yeah,
Let me
May
see.
16th. That's a
Yeah,
lot
May
of time
16th.
for these bitches to be getting hurt.
I'm saying, especially when they're out there playing grab ass. What are you
They
doing?
are out there playing grab ass.
Like, I don't. It doesn't make sense. I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, you already said you don't think it happens. We shall see.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but press conference was definitely stupid. A lot of
Press
dumb
conference was
questions. The stuff that they put out there was definitely overplayed on what was actually said there. I mean, stuff was said, but it was not even like that deep.
Yeah, and I agree with. I don't understand why the stage was so wide. Like, why they were so far away from each other, and then you see okay, you know why that made me mad? Because then I think 2 days later, I saw, like, a promo video where they're, like, shadow boxing, and they're all right next to each other, and I'm like, "Now we close? Now we're close? Why? He doesn't have no space like this." And
First me. Your turn.
you got Rhonda looking like Jim Carrey.
They really did. The camera was just like, ding,
And
ding,
and by
ding,
the
right
way,
next to each other. Oh,
when
my
you
turn?
see these videos, the comments underneath them are hilarious. Like, because there's also that, right? If you're really paying attention, you watch a video and you're like, "Oh, what are the people saying?" Because you wanna know what people are saying about the fight. Are they excited? It's just like what I sent you. Ronda's the first person to lose fucking shadow boxing. Like, that's the top comment. Not like, "These girls are
Yeah.
looking good. Super
Nobody's
exciting."
impressed.
Yeah. "Oh, look at that hand speed. Oh, do you hear that power?"
I think anybody that puts out there that they are excited is or was a fighter, and it's more of them like, "Oh, I'm so excited to see Gina Carano fight again." But not really, that's like heart
Yeah.
picks.
Yeah,
We're not being real about the situation at hand here, like
who was there? Zoila Frosto was there. You remember that? Remember Zoila Frosto?
Oh, really?
That's what I'm saying. That's what you're saying. Like, it's the excitement of, "Hey, we know this thing and it used to be awesome and it should be awesome and let's hope it's awesome." But I don't know if it's gonna be awesome. I hope so. Like I said, Rhonda looks
Yeah,
good. Gina looks good. I'm not saying she doesn't look good. She's just all only looking good. You know what I mean? Like, uh,
exactly.
um, I need her to sell the fight a little bit more, and I need
Pay her sell her
Ron
herself, sell her
so,
fight more, like,
but
show me you're actually getting ready for a fight. That's what I wanna see.
yeah. I mean, again, I mean, if we go by the excitement of when us being at the press conference and seeing the excitement of the fans all around the Los Angeles area, um, there's no excitement around this fight.
That part,
There's none.
that part.
No.
That's why I was like, "Oh, LA? People can come from all over to see this. It's Ronda Rousey? Do
Also,
you remember what those crowds were like?"
let us warn you, you probably aren't going if you're listening to this, but if you are going, it is $70 to park, just so you know. Was it 70? Remember he said it was gonna be like $70 to park?
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be $70 to park at the Rousey Carano fight.
Oh.
So,
Park a
Uber,
little further
take
away and take
the train,
the 'cause
have someone drop you off. That's
you
ridiculous.
should pay someone you know the $70 instead of giving it to the freaking parking structure company. Like, I'll give you
Absolutely.
$60 if you drop us off and pick us up, and you can use my car, like, you know what I mean? And I'll still give
Yeah,
$60. So it doesn't eat your cat,
absolutely.
nothing. To figure something out, because that's wild.
Little tips and tricks.
It's almost as much to get into the fight.
Oh,
Mhm.
exactly. And if we're getting an extra ticket, it's for Cyborg.
Oh, I wanna do that so bad.
That would be so funny. I think that we should
I wonder if they let
just
her
hit her up.
You think they let
They have to.
Oh,
As a spectator, they have
they
to.
don't have to do it.
Why
They
wouldn't
can kick
they?
out whoever they want.
That would just be crazy. Do you think do you think somebody would, like, throw a fit and make it
That's what I'm
happen?
saying. What do you think?
Like, "I want all green M&Ms,"
What do you think?
type of
I don't want Cyborg at my
Mhm.
fight. What if they, like, kick her
Uh-huh.
out before the last fight? They let her stay, and then they kick her out before the
Interesting.
last fight. I'm saying I would go just to see what
No,
the
they kick her out at the end so Rhonda could talk her shit while they're escorting Cyborg out and far away. So she looks tough, but Cyborg's getting further away.
Yeah, people
Something like that.
the funny part about shit like that is they act like people can't find out where you live, where you're gonna be next. Like, if I was Cyborg, this is why I could have never have made it as a fighter because I would have been too much. Of like, even now, I would have been standing at that press conference like this the whole time, just watching. I would have been I would be at everything. I'd be outside her little house gym, outside her fucking garage, just
Yes.
watching everything.
Yeah.
She says she trains in her garage sometimes. So
I'm surprised people be putting that information out, but
That's what I'm saying. You think Cyborg won't get a little? This is why I couldn't be friends with Cyborg too, because I'd be like in Cyborg's ear, like, "Hey, Cyborg, let's go, let's fucking go.
Look at her. Look at her.
I know where
Huh?
she's gonna be on Tuesday. Let's go." Mm,
You mean like how we're trying to buy an extra ticket and invite her?
yeah.
Do we send out the invitation? So if she says yes, then we're like, oh shit, okay, let's get some tickets.
I mean,
We're like, oh, I can't wait. And we're like,
I'm
perfect.
working some more shifts so we could do this. Yeah. uh,
That's funny.
we got 2 months to buy these tickets. They ain't sold out. You can look right now and see
And
uh how many. If there's a lot of tickets in.
oh, see what it looks like now
Yeah.
that Diaz has been added.
See, let's see. I mean, the cheapest ticket is $84. That's what I'm saying. You can pay. It's just as much to go park than it is to get into it.
That's
And that's at the
crazy.
top. I'll tell you. I'll tell you that much. 448 at the bottom. They don't seem to have like.
Is it like a big
I've never been.
because it didn't look big. Especially when like you realize there's still more that goes in. Like
Well,
that's
you've
just a
been to
weird
crypto, right? Like to see a basketball game.
I think so, yeah.
It's a basketball. It's a tip for basketball. So
So that's not
they're a
bad.
little bit bigger, I think, but you can see from everything. I think because it's for basketball, you're gonna
Right?
see
Yeah.
from any spot.
Very nice. Okay.
So, but
Yeah, that's not
even
bad.
on the ground, it looks like $711 on the ground, which
I mean, if someone's looking to spoil themselves, that's not too bad. Especially for
doesn't.
a Diaz fight.
We really only need 2 ground tickets. So I'll sit up top. You could sit down there with Cyborg.
We could take turns.
Yeah,
I'll send you down right before shit's gonna go down.
because I have my stupid smile.
She's just doing
I'm just like, but yeah, I mean, these things ain't sold out. I'll tell you that much, though. So
That's funny.
we got.
Mm,
Even it says main floor, row 25, 279. The 7 ones I think are around the ring, and then the other ones are still.
oh, okay.
So we'll see. I mean, it's still possible to go.
Right?
I think, and yeah, it's possible. It just depends because I'm not going. If this fight falls through, I'm not going.
I'm saying.
Yeah, but on the boots, on the ground journalism will be there. I think we're gonna try to go to all things that we can. Maybe the weigh-ins. Maybe.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, yeah, I hope they have a lot more stuff coming up. That'll be cool, at least it's, more local, so and it's something we're actually interested in seeing how this plays out, so to, like, get to be there and follow it should be
Yeah,
fun.
if it doesn't happen, I will spend the rest of my life like tweeting. Like I don't go on Twitter anymore, but like everything, every post is when are you guys gonna fight? When are you guys gonna fight? When are you guys gonna fight?
Can I tell
Mhm.
you that the last time she watched Carano fight and it did not end well, she ended up making all her friends box each other outside and while she sat in a lawn chair.
I did. I have it on video.
Yeah, I believe that. Mhm, I'm pretty sure that's my paw hit me in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Um, so I can imagine, like, who would have thought you'd be reporting on Gina Carano fighting?
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. Who thought you'd be going to a press conference to do some media shit for Gina Carano?
That's
And now a Diaz fight? Okay.
yeah. It might just be something we have to go to just to say we went to.
Absolutely, because we were here for Rhonda. We got to be there and see all
We met
that,
her. She's not.
but this is,
She's great. I like Ronda Rousey. I think she's cool. I think she's chill. But um,
yeah.
sometimes the things she says like just grind my gear.
I'm saying it's just the way you carry yourself or
Yeah.
put stuff out there. Like, I don't know, just like be real with it.
Mhm.
I feel like at a certain point she's not real with it, and that's what I don't like.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. White House card. So there was that. Gaethje was on there. O'Malley. There's a card tonight that, like I said, there's like, there's definitely like 15, 20 fights on that card, and I'm not sure who anybody was. There's a couple of, like, ladies fighting on the card. There's Chanel Dyer taking on Ravina Oliveira and Melissa Dixon taking on Luana Carolina. That is Friday, March 21st. Amanda Nunes
Mhm.
has been added to the International Fight Week card
Okay.
in Vegas, July 11th
Who against who?
against homegirl.
Oh, her neck is fine?
Beyonce's. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing, I was looking it up, and she had neck surgery for, like, I forgot what it was, but it was, like, something pretty
Mhm.
common, and because I was like, we were looking up betting if she was gonna make the White House card,
Yeah.
and I was like, "It's possible because that actually heals up in about 6 weeks," and even for, like, hardcore, like, training and sports and stuff, like, couple months. So, and she had surgery in January. So I was like, "Oh, by June, she would be fine," but they didn't make the White House card, but they got the next month in July, they'll be at International Fight Week.
Huh. Kayla Harrison. Yeah. I don't know why I can never remember her name. I guess
I always get Kayla and then
I've never really watched her fight that much.
Fair.
Yeah.
I think also because it came, like, around a time where we were just kinda, like, over it, and then all of a sudden she came in and we're like, "Oh, okay." Mm, you
Yeah. I
know?
mean, listen, Gina
Uh,
Carano's coming back. We're coming back. So, I mean, whatever. Yeah, Harrison, I can see, I know she has skills. I've seen highlights and shit, but I've never actually watched her fights. I don't think, for me personally, she's fought anyone worth watching her fight. But
yeah. I think she was very dominant outside, like, before people knew her, but against people that nobody knew in a different organizations, you know? So, I don't
might
feel
as
like I've
well just
actually
fought
seen
me.
that
Not even
now that
saying.
she's been here.
Oh, she did judo too. See, she did judo too.
Yeah, I
Her-
think
sh-
I mean, wasn't there
Kate
talk
Harrison versus
with
Ronda Rousey in judo would up the game so much for women's judo or even just men's judo.
it would make
That's the next
it would
move.
make so much more sense, and it would bring that. That isn't something that people pay attention to at all right now, at all.
But
There's nothing, I don't
she is going to,
you know?
and let me tell you, I didn't know this about her. She will smash Ronda Rousey in judo. Holy shit, she was good. Anyways, that there you go. I just found Ronda Rousey's next move.
There you go. I know Cyborg was saying this is probably gonna be her last year fighting. So, and she has her boxing match, I believe it's next not this weekend, next weekend.
Yeah. I think that's
Cyborg
what,
15.
also, like, left the sour taste in my mouth was the shit talking on Cyborg when, like, Cyborg isn't shit talking on you guys. I haven't seen her shit talking on them. If
Right?
anything, she's probably been, like, happy for them or whatever, but, like, with the hopes of, like, maybe something coming her way next, but I never as negative as the shit that Ronda Rousey was saying about her the other day. Bro, back off, especially, like,
And the way she totally mean girl and, like, instantly, like, "Ugh, ugh."
I can't
She's like,
say
"That
it. You can't
fucking."
say it, but I will. First of all, you can't prove that Cyborg was
Right.
roided up at any of those things, so, like, saying it is kinda like, "Eh," you know? Um,
Yeah.
and, um, so, I don't know, I
It was
was that
unnecessary
like,
at that
yeah,
point. That's where I'm saying,
you brought her up for no reason,
uh,
or she was brought up,
yeah, nobody asked her
didn't need to
that.
go that
W
far.
Gina was talking and she interrupted to talk shit.
Mhm.
And she was just talking about her last fight, boo-boo-doo. She's like, "Oh, yeah, against that fucking cheater, blah, blah, whatever." It's like, "Whoa, girl, nobody was talking to you first of
Yeah.
all." That's why I was saying she was really, like, coming at people on her own.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh, since you brought it up,
My
we didn't have a good question, but I guess now we do."
my big thing is, though, if you are not going to fight Cyborg, just don't say shit about her, because you can't be like, "Well, I don't wanna fight someone who you know, 'cause she was saying she was all, like, manly or whatever, but, you know, Ashley, what's her name, fought Fallon Fox knowing she was transgender. Like, no, just
Yep.
so they're like, people aren't scared of that shit. I wouldn't have been scared to fight a guy. Like, yeah, maybe I would have got my ass beat, but I wouldn't have been
Yeah,
scared to
you have
fight.
options. I think that's what upsets me is if you have options and you know, and then after you get mad, like, but you knew going in, you agreed to that. Why are you talking shit?
And and Gina didn't, you know, when Gina fought um uh Cyborg, Gina was so respectful. Like, even if those even if those were
Yeah.
the thoughts in her head or her feelings, or even if it was, I'm not saying they were, I'm not saying they weren't. Even if that was the case,
Yeah.
she was still so respectful about the thing. So you're coming and tainting the whole thing by being so disrespectful. There was nothing that
Yeah.
fight was like, at the time, you know, for us, it was like history and everyone was happy for it. Nobody was shitting on Cyborg like that. And then you come in and you shit on her. And for what? Like, for what? Especially if you're not going to fight her. And don't say it's the weight. You're fighting Gina Carano at 45. Cyborg makes 45. She doesn't make 35, but she makes 45. And you guys are fighting at 45. So now we
Absolutely.
can't talk about the weight. Now you want it to be okay. Well, you think, if you think she's a cheater and a druggie, okay, you have the right to not fight her, right? For those reasons. But
Yeah.
prove it. First of all, prove it. And then second of all, you don't have to shit on her as much. Just be like, you know what? She's just not someone that I even want to discuss fighting. So let's move on. You don't have to shit on her the way she was shitting on her, especially because, like, again, she's not shitting
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
them. Even when she talks shit, her response was not as like to go shit on Rhonda. She just was just like, I mean, she had her own response, but she wasn't like. It's just like, I don't understand.
Hers are more like, "Oh, that's funny. I asked for that, but huh, I guess," it's just more of like matter of fact, like, "Oh, I wanted to go to 145, but could make the," that was the truth, right?
Yeah. If Cyborg's gonna retire, let Cyborg ride off in the sunset. You don't even need to bring her up, blah, blah, blah. But unless she's on your list, I mean, at least Gina fought her, but unless she's on your list, shut the fuck up about her. Because if I'm Cyborg,
She's been I'm
I've read,
I wish she was a little more meaner like that.
I'll fight you at Costco if I was Cyborg.
She's
Like,
such a nice lady.
if I was Cyborg and Ronda Rousey was saying that shit about me, I we don't need an audience to see who's the better fighter.
It's I think what's ridiculous is, like, that was, what, 17 years ago, and things were a lot different then, and a lot of fighters were using back then. This was a time before it really transitioned to them checking that and having those kind of rules, and that was so long ago, and she's proven herself over all these years, and back when before Ronda was even doing MMA,
Yeah.
so, like, she's been proving herself, and she's been active, and she's a really nice fucking lady, so the shit talking is unnecessary, and like you said, Gina Carano didn't do it back then, and now you're trying to create this, like, mean girl thing towards Cyborg, and really, I think it's just your excuse so you don't have to fight her to keep being like, "No, I don't fight cheaters." Like,
Also, also,
how do you
where's the cheater okay. Also, it says right here, Cyborg was tested for her fight against Carano and Strikeforce and never had any violations. So, what are we talking about? Prove it. That she's
come on now?
okay. Maybe it says she's later tested
She's had one failed
2011,
test, she said that.
but it wasn't against Gina Carano.
That's f
You
it's
can't.
this it's the
So
excuse.
you can't say it because
I
maybe she
That's what
started
I'm saying,
taking
I
it
don't
after
like the
that.
excuse.
Maybe she did start taking it right before this um Hamanaka fight. Okay, then yeah, but to but not on that fight. You can't shit
But it
on that fight.
was
You
different.
can't shit. I just don't think you can shit on that fight.
Yeah, no. Like I said, it's just an excuse. Everyone wants to like make an excuse towards Cyborg because she's just, just built differently. But I mean, when you look at look at fucking Gabby Garcia, she ain't walking around all petite and little, like these are big bitches. Like they're just built, like they're different. And to them, like, oh, it must mean something else. It must mean they're getting help. It must mean they're,
Yeah.
like, it's always so negative, and that's so unfair to take away the hard work. Like, somebody like Cyborg, even as long as she's been in the game, as old as she is, not only has she been active, but this is her life. All day, every day, even if she doesn't have a fight coming up, she's doing something in that gym, whether she's, like, passing that knowledge on, and even if it's her passing that knowledge on as a coach, she's still right by your side doing it.
Yeah.
So she's constant. So to take away the hard work and everything she's done because of something that happened way before even your time, like, give credit where credit is due and stop using it as an excuse to get away still.
But then also hate every single person who's tested dirty.
That's what I'm saying. How many people have trained you that you don't even know they're probably dirty now because they don't even have to
Yeah,
fight?
shit on everybody.
But you don't mind, right?
I don't wanna see her be friends with anybody who's ever tested dirty.
Yep. Because she really does, like, make it seem like she's the only person who's tested dirty.
Yeah.
Like, this is the one person in the fight game that ever did that. Like, how dare she?
Yeah, so I don't but I just, um, I I mean, we're gonna talk about this fight until it happens, and I'm just gonna keep saying the
Yep.
same thing
As
over and
more
over.
things come
I just
along.
hope it's so awesome. I hope it's awesome, and
I do too. I can't wait to see what, fucking Diaz
right.
and what's his face, like, bring to it. I can't wait to see what they start saying and what they start like, where
Will they
that's gonna
fight at
head.
the like, the press conferences?
Is it gonna be that kinda shit talking type of so it's always fun to see what Diaz is coming with, but now he has somebody who's, like, fun to play with,
And who
so
will play back? Yeah. Who will play
exactly. So this should be fun all the way up
especially
to the
because,
fight.
again, no offense, we had Ngannou and Lin, and they're both didn't really
I forgot they were
that well.
there.
Yeah. So it was like, yeah,
Well, especially because I'm looking at Rhonda or Jean, and they're, like, all the way
yeah.
down the street, so I forgot they were at the press conference.
Yeah, it's just like the shit talking is harder for them for me to, and so it's like, and then yeah, so um Diaz versus Perry, just the shit talking is gonna get people tuning in.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, okay, we talked about fight week. Well, I'm pretty sure we'll check on that, though, and find out for sure. I feel like you can't trust anything you see anymore. Um, Comeback, Stephanie Alba's fighting
Okay.
Nigdali Kalanat at Melee Combat in this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, this weekend. Comeback, that's funny.
Today,
I remember the last time I think I saw her fight was at Invicta, probably when they were in Orange County or something. Um, Valentine sent me this thing. She wasn't sure if it was true, and I checked it out. It was. Um, Trans versus trans MMA. They actually put together a
Yeah.
promotion for trans fighters. They have, like, the first trans boxing champion. They're openly, like, and I was like, "That's what they fucking needed."
Yeah.
Their own place to,
That's awesome. And then nobody
right? I was really surprised. It says, "Who's the baddest trans alive?" Like, that's their
yeah.
thing.
Cool. And then all the people who want to support it can support it, and then and hopefully they do. And then if you don't like that, then you don't like that. And then that gives them a safe
And you
place
don't have
and
to it's not forced on you,
debate.
it's.
That's awesome. That's awesome that there's
Yeah, one
enough
of the
people to even make that a thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just need enough people to come together, like, but I love it because so it's Brady versus Figueroa. Sean Summer Brady's thing is at non-binary ninja. So that's how proud they are about that, but yeah, that one's going down.
That's a good one. Nary Ninja.
Let's see, mm, mm, mm.
You saw it.
See, as I said, Cyborg is fighting next weekend. Pearl Gonzalez won the championship belt. I believe that was a boxing match. Yeah, Misfits Boxing. And I know her and the girl that she fought, they, like, kept getting into it at the, like, press conferences and stuff, like, the girl kept,
Uh-huh.
like, hit her and stuff. But yeah, Pearl Gonzalez won and then hit her after with her belt up because that girl kept coming for her, so she finally hit her after too. Way after too, that's a funny thing.
I just
But congratulations, I love Pearl Gonzalez, she's fucking
saw
hilarious.
I just saw it says, Nate opened as a 2-1 underdog versus Mike Perry. I can see it.
Mm. Mhm, mhm.
I can see it.
Um, a one championship, I don't know if you follow them on
Yep.
Instagram because, I mean, that's really where I wouldn't know where to watch it actually, but
Yeah.
their fights are always so good. So good. Like, every single, like, female fight that was on the card, I'm pretty sure the girls got knocked out in such a nice fashion. Um I feel like probably at least half the card was like a crazy, like, "Oh, shit." Absolutely love their fight, so if you're not following them, follow them because like, say the UFC's kinda just fallen down.
Mhm.
Bellator went to PFL, but who knows what they even do.
PFL,
But one
I'm
championship?
actually just looking at it, it has a Chicago card coming up.
Yeah, this last fight, it was, one Fight Night 41. Yeah, it was such a good, fight card. Bare knuckle has been killing it. I am actually surprised. I was talking to Valentine, like, how surprised I am at the type of people that are going to bare knuckle.
Mhm.
I didn't think everybody actually had the balls to go in there and fight like that. But a lot of people are trying it. I think that it looks great. Um, the fights that are going on, like, it's a really good watch.
Mm.
And I didn't think I like because like, sometimes for me, like, that kind of fighting without, like, the bare knuckle, that's hard for me to watch.
Yeah.
Even just if someone's like, "Oh, watch this video of them fighting," and then it's one too many hits, and I'm like, "Ugh." But those are such good fights, and like I said, it looks so good, like, on TV, the walkouts, everything looks amazing, and I actually think that I know MVP looks all big and exciting now, but them compared to the UFC right now is a hell of a lot better watch on a weekend, guys.
Freaking I'm looking at, bare knuckle fighting's, like, upcoming card, and Chris Camozzi
Uh-huh.
fights on bare knuckle? What the heck? Chris Camo he
Girl,
what the heck? And everybody else
check out the fights that have been going on. I'm like, "Wait, what? Who's on this card?" There have been a lot of shockers, like, a lot of good people have been making their way there.
that's crazy.
Even better for them with the UFC taking a shit, and nobody really, like
Yo, bare but
especially if they're paying the money, like, I wonder if Bare Knuckles doing so well, like, who knows what they're offering.
fucking brain damage, fucking bare knuckle is so hard to watch. So
Oh my gosh, like that guy who on the UFC card wait,
Houston Alexander?
Bare Knuckle box I don't r maybe Bare Knuckle. I don't remember which one it was.
Eddie
Anyways, so the guy
Uh-huh,
huh?
sorry, I'm looking at people, uh-huh.
Oh, it was for, like, a championship fight too, but, like, the guy gets hit and I don't know, like, there's blood over his eye, and he tries to, like, say timeout, I can't see or something, and they call it because hey, you
Yeah,
can't
you can see.
timeout sees yourself. He's like, I can't see," and and then later comes on and says that he's been fighting with only one eye because he's blind in one eye, but hasn't told anybody, and during the fight, this one got his good eye got scratched, so he was completely blind.
Yeah, uh,
And it was, like, a first round, I think. The guy after was just like, "Oh, wow, shit, that sucks." Like, "I guess I'll take the belt." Like, it was so
is there
weird.
somebody
So
Brown?
weird. But yeah, come to find out, like, "Oh, no, he's been blind
Yeah,
in one eye."
Bedford? Al Dude, what the heck? I didn't even know these people were in bare knuckle boxing.
Girl, I've seen some weird actually, I think it was PFL. Was I telling you, was it Benson
Oh,
Henderson
yeah, Benson.
fighting
Mhm.
and somebody else? I was like, "Wha" all of a sudden, like, all these people are coming out of nowhere, and you're just like, "Wait, you're what?"
Yo, bring back Gilbert Melendez. What's up?
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
I mean, if you're gonna throw on a card that's just for some money making, like, let's get some fights on there. If we ain't caring about nobody, like, actually being in the gym all these years, just bring them all back.
Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar again, but everybody could be voided out. Let's bring back BJ Penn.
Oh,
Fuck it.
man. Girl.
Too far? Sorry.
What, just send them on over to bare knuckle, might as well finish it off.
BJ Penn versus Frankie Edgar again in MVP.
Jeez, those are people who should not be fighting.
I'll watch it. Those are some of the best fights.
Oh, I know.
Oh, are you
I know.
bringing back fuck BJ Penn, Gray Maynard versus Frankie Edgar again? Let's do it. Forrest Griffin. Oh, I was gonna say Seven Bonner. Seven Bonner died.
Oh.
My bad. Too far. Let's wrap it up.
Alrighty, well, always a good time, sister. I can't wait to see what kind of new stuff comes out for that MVP card and with Diaz on there. That shit exciting because other than that, there ain't not much going on other than a whole lot of nonsense
Yeah.
and shit talking.
We're just gonna keep doing these in hopes we get our media passes for the Rousey fight and
Absolutely. Then we take you on in. Just come with us on the journey. I'm sure we'll be
buy
back, sister. Thank you
glasses.
so much for joining. Right?
Mhm.
Let's do it. All right, sister, you have a good
All
one.
right, bye.
Bye.